Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want to ask you, what are your goals for 2026? And please do not be this person who says, no, I do not have any goals for 2026. That just doesn't make any sense. So just the other day I was asking one of my colleague, what are your goals for 2026? And he told me nothing, I don't have any goals, I'll just see where life takes me. And I was so turned off in that minute because this person is literally 6-7 years older than me. He's in his late 30s, and he told me he does not have any goals. And I'm not telling you need to plan everything in your life and be over planned, right? But he literally told me that he's going to be, enjoying life while life takes him wherever. How can you be a passive participant in your own life and not have goals, or at least a basic idea of where you want to be next year? That idea just does not sit well with me. And please don't say that maybe he's in his late 30s, he has kids, he's very sorted out in life. He's not. And even let's say you're 35 and you have 2 kids, you will still have goals, and you should. You might have goals like, I want to go on this vacation with my kids, I want to teach my kids how to bike, I want to save up so that I can send them to college, etc. But do not be someone who just aims to be a side character. And maybe you're failing at that too. Why don't you want to be the main character? And what do you even have to do as a side character apart from just slitting your wrist and dying? Because that's what side characters do. They die in the movie all the time. So please do not be one of them, and let's plan for 2026. So now that I've removed that bug from your head, let me give you some ideas of what your plans can be for 2026. Maybe digital detox, maybe you want to start investing, maybe you want to start going to the gym, whatever it is. Let's break it down into monthly plans. And what I want you to do right now is just go grab your notebook and your pen right away. Yeah, right away. Just go grab your notebook and your pen. I'm waiting. So once you grab your notebook, write down the months of the year: Jan, Feb, March, April, etc. Right? Each month, write down a specific goal. And these goals will be then broken down into weekly goals. So let's say for Jan, for example, you want to be a regular gym goer. That's the end of the Jan goal. You write Jan and you write, I want to be a regular gym goer. So what are your weekly plans then for Jan? First week, you're going to the gym consistently. That's what you're going to do in the first week. You're not going to think anything else. Just sticking to one goal per week. Second week of Jan, you start drinking lots of water. You cut out junk, you cut out fried food, you cut out sugar. That's just week 2 plan. You're working on your internal nutrition. That is a week 2 plan. Week 3, you're working on learning new meals, new recipes, making smoothies, etc. So that now that you've cut off all the junk and fried food from your life, you can make your own meals. Now, for week 4, you want to work on a certain part of your body, like your arms, your legs, your glutes. You can do that and be consistent. So everything you did in week 1, week 2, week 3, that gets compounded to week 4, and by the end of Jan, you're going to be a regular gym goer because you compounded everything you did every single week. So that is how you plan for 2026. That is exactly what I have done. That is exactly what has helped me in the past years. The next goal, let's say in Feb, you want to start investing. So week 1, you're researching completely about investing, different platforms, what are the fees they charge, all of that in the first week. Second week, you're actually going to save up some money. You're going to save up some funds so that you can do the investing. Then the third week, you actually put in a little bit of money in the third week, and maybe by fourth week, you understand the market, you start investing, and by the end of Feb, you're a regular investment kind of person. So that is how each of your monthly goals should look like. So Jan, you're a gym goer. By Feb, you're a monthly investor. And by March, if you want to go on a trip, maybe a solo trip perhaps, then you will first research it in the first week. Second week, you will actually do all the bookings by saving up your money, planning your funds, etc. Third week, let's say you're having a glow up before you go on the vacation. And the fourth week, you're actually on the vacation. So this is how, when you break down monthly goals into weekly goals and you write it down on paper, do not just sit around and think about it because you're going to forget. And do not just put fancy pictures on a vision board because they're not specific. Sit down and write it down so that it gets ingrained in your brain.